Hello, everyone. Give a few people minutes to join. Actually, my microphone was quite far away, so you may have not heard that. I thought I was on a different mic. So first of all, again, hello. Secondly, I'm just trying to see. Okay, now I can. I want to share my what do you call it? Stream that I'm going live right now. So let me just throw this on Facebook real quick. Live now on YouTube. Making Comics Week 2 update. And let's just hit post real quick. And so, first off, sorry, I was looking up over at things here. First off, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to take my glasses off because it's weird sometimes looking at my, these are for distance. You're not too far away. So yeah, let's talk week 2 update. So last week, I explained my plan for making my comic. It's going to be done around mid-May for a 20-page comic. I hope I don't have to adjust the schedule for any reason. I have a plan, and today is supposed to be the day I start penciling. Now, I haven't started penciling yet. I'll explain why. I've been moving a little slower this past week. As I might have mentioned, I hurt my shoulder and I'm in physical therapy for it. And I just had, after physical therapy, my shoulder's been shot, on the days. And I'm noticing in the mornings it's a little difficult too. So I'm trying not to overdo it. But, I'm doing what I could do. And so so I'm a little slow on that. I also, as I might have mentioned, I broke my toe, which isn't like a huge deal, but sitting in the studio chair kind of hurts. I need to keep it a little more elevated, and stay off of it more. So also comfortability has been a little bit of an issue, getting in the proper position to draw and whatnot. So that's why I was a little behind. I needed today to finish what I wanted to have due yesterday. And I got what I wanted done, and I'll show you guys in a moment. I got to set up my other camera, and let me do that right now. Let's open that up, and let's make it like this, and we'll do a quick switch so you guys can see my drawing table right now. I do want to get a different color. Whoops, there we go. I don't know why that happened. I do want to go get a different color board, or just put something on here. I'd like to get something I can angle a little better. It is a portable drawing board, but it only goes up at the angle I currently have. And I know you can't see it, but this is all I got in angle. I might even turn on this light. Will it mess up? Yeah, I don't know. It's going to help me when I draw. So let me pull over. I have it over here, and I'll bring that over. So if you remember, let's pull these out here. I'll show these. If you remember, what I did was I decided to take one of these composition notebooks I had, and I'm calling this my comic ideas. This is where I'm going to be writing down stuff, and I've written 2 short ideas in here. The first one's for a 20-page story. The next one I haven't plotted out in pages yet. But the way I'm looking at it is more in chapters, okay? The first story in here, like this story that I'm working on, which I call Thundermark 7, excuse me, that's supposed to be 3 chapters. Okay, so the first chapter is 20 pages. The next chapter will probably be around 24 pages, and the last chapter will probably be a little longer because that's where the climax is and the major battle, and then obviously resolution. So what I did was I kind of plotted out who the characters were, gave myself a little gist of what the story was. I even said, I'm inspired by the 70s, 80s manga anime that I grew up on of the giant mech robots and stuff. Mostly things like Voltron and Transor Z, or even Transformers. All that stuff. I love them. And so what I did was here I plotted out what's happening. Oops, sorry, can't really see there. What's happening on the pages. So I said page 1 to 3 will be the intro of the family and the dog there, because later on they find a cat. So the whole thing here, and then I went up to 20 pages, and then my next story here is based on like fighting kaiju. So anyway, what I ended up doing was not writing an actual script. I have an outline. And when I work, I take a regular sheet of paper like this, and I just fold it in half. Sorry, I'm an American here. I don't work backwards. I fold it, and then I got page 1, and then I have 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, I just don't want to waste. Oh, I have some designs underneath here. Those are some vehicle designs. I don't know if I'll be using. Oops, don't know what these are here. So let's take a look and keep them off. All right. So let me show you what I did. So 20 pages, I needed 5 sheets of paper. Okay. And I won't go through all of them because I don't want to spoil them. But basically, I wrote the script as I was going on. Now, this is my first draft of scripts, and I don't know if I'm keeping the words here. The final draft will be when I go and letter my comic. That's how I tend to do it. That's one of the reasons I also do digital text, because number one, always have a spelling error. Number 2, I want to make sure that if I want to change up some wording, it'll be easy to. So that's why I don't do traditional lettering anymore. So I said the first 3 pages was going to introduce the family. So here we get introduced to the parents, and then we get a page 2 will introduce the daughter. Page 3 will introduce the son and the dog, because they're kind of a team in this. Page 4, they're going to start packing up the car. Now, this is not on Earth. It's a sci-fi piece, so their cars, I won't say fly. I drew this a little high. It should be going through the woods a little bit more. Their cars are they fly. All right. And you'll see in some of the designs and stuff here. And then they're going to stop, and they're going to find that cat. Right. And then it's going to cut to the spaceship they're trying to get to. Now, I don't know if this is the final design of the spaceship. I was doodling something. I do have pages and pages of designs of spaceships I've drawn, and I'm just going to pick one that I really like. So here, and then they're inside the spaceship trying to figure out what's going on, and then they're getting ready, and they blast off, and they leave the family behind. They got there a little late. And that's where I'm going to end this here, because I don't want you to know more. And right there also is basically the 7 pages that I showed you last week of the original dummy I made up. Now, going into some of these characters here, this is the father Hank, this was my final drawing of him today. Let me bring this camera up so we can see it a little better. And every time I move the camera, it goes out, so I apologize. There we go. So this is Hank. Style-wise, because it's influenced by anime, I wanted to give it a bit of an anime manga style. I didn't say I'm going to do it 100%, but you'll see that it is definitely influenced by it. So the idea behind Hank, I didn't give you guys his background. He is ex-military and he's a pilot. That's his job. All right. So when I designed him, I wanted something that looked kind of like a futuristic, um, kind of like someone. I don't want to say ex-military, but somebody who, who knows how to fight, if you will. He's muscular. He's got these pockets, and so he's kind of obviously keeping things in there. He always has something. Maybe he's a little more adventurous. So I was thinking this would have been like a vest, but I gave it sleeves. His face is very clean, just like if he was in the military. Still has kind of like this flat top thing going. All right. So that's his personality. Very he'll type, he's the guy hides his feelings to make sure everyone is safe, so he doesn't, he's not the scared one, and even if he is scared, he'll just step up and do what he has to do. When I came into the wife, all right, so that's Hank. This is Sarah. Sarah is kind of like an engineer, mechanic type of character. Think of her, I don't know, maybe like a Tony Starkish character without the Iron Man costume. Highly smart, can invent basically anything. So I decided to give her a jumpsuit, or overalls. That's it, not jumpsuit, overalls. And I wanted her to have things on her, so she has like a tablet, and right over here is where she'll keep the tablet when she's not using it. She also has another device right here, kind of like a Swiss Army knife, laser, or whatever. She uses it in the story, so I needed a place to put it. So that's really it. And then she has some like pockets on the side to keep stuff in. And I thought I'd give her a little bit more of a funky belt, simple bob-like hair. This is not what I'm looking for here. I want to show this one last, so let me grab. Did I miss some? Hold on. Did I forget to bring him in here? Hold on. I thought I brought him in. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, I think I put him in a different spot. Let's see. Hold on. So, sorry, my phone keeps going off. Okay. So the next person I'll show is the daughter. I didn't change her design. I think I definitely have to draw her better. But this was her design. She's a 16-year-old teenager, kind of like cheerleader style character. Where's the other piece? And I was doodling. I think this might be, her eyes are a little funky in here, but I kind of like the bangs I did in this one. So I think I might kind of go and change the hairstyle for that. I'm sure I'll see when I start actually drawing. Now, when I created this, the brother Jerry, this was my first design of him. I was thinking, very, trying to keep up with what the heck, the sisters' kind of uniform, but make it more like a little nerdy because he's supposed to be kind of the geeky guy of the group, you know? And when I whoops, I'm sorry. Let's move it so you can see it. And when I was I played with it a little bit. I said, I don't think he needs that. I said, let me play off a little bit of it in a different way. So I took some influence from the mother. I changed his hairstyle to that. Still gave him his glasses. I added the cargo pants and a little kind of like machine, like his mother would have something. And then this will be a belt of inventions. He'll have that. So I think I'm going with this for him and all these other designs. Now for the Thunder Mark, I didn't have. I was trying to draw him last week, and when I drew him, I didn't draw him 100% correctly. So I had to go look at some pictures of him, and this is one I've been keeping over my desk so I can look at it. This is the machine, the Thunder Mark. This is my giant robot. Like I said, I wanted to give it the feel of like a 70s or 80s mech. So is it? I won't go into too much detail. I want to keep some stuff, for later weeks. But yeah, this is the Thunder Mark. Might put that. All right, so let's talk about drawing. All right, I'm just going to bring my clipboard over. I'm not actually going to start drawing the comic on here. Here's how my thought process has been. Since it was influenced by, anime, manga, my thought was, should I draw it for, a manga size? I said I could do that. However, when I looked into printing costs for something that's really only 20 pages, it really is not worth it to draw at that size for me. It'll be easier to do it at an actual comic book size. And when I release each chapter in comic book size, when I collect it, which will have obviously more stuff in there, so the collection's a little better than just the 3 comics that you could buy separately. What I plan to do is I could print it as a digest size, which is a little, if I remember the dimensions correctly, a little bigger than manga size. So I'd still be within kind of a manga size, but not 100%. So what I have to do, and this is why I haven't started drawing today, I have to border out the pages. So what I like to do before I start an actual comic is, if I have, a 20-page story like I do, and I covered it up with some papers, and no, let me get it. So like, what I'll do is I'll count. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to spend time paneling out 6 panels on a page, and then I'll go to the next page and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. And then I'll panel, and this way I have all my pages paneled out, and I could just pick them up and start drawing. This way I don't have to focus, because I hate doing the bordering and all the rulers and all that exact stuff annoys me. So I like to do that first. So that'll probably take up one full sketch pad of like of my Canson Bristol. All right. And I could take, tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, just spend a couple of hours bordering out 20 pages. And then what happens on these here, these get blown up to 11 by 17. Excuse me. And I tape them behind and use them as a guide to draw. Like I don't have the faces of Sarah and Hank in here, but I know who's there. So like if I was in, when I get to it, I can come in and be like, okay, this is Hank. He's kind of, this comes in a little bit. He's got his cheekbone, right? This comes down, and this would be done on the Bristol very lightly. All right. Sides were more like this. Probably, I think I gave him 3 lines here. I'll have his neck, right? And then I'll just draw it better, lighter, and then that's what'll be on the on the Bristol, and then I'll take it to ink. So yeah, this is everything I got. I got my 5 pages here of folded material, and this equals 20 pages, So I gotta say, I've felt. Hi, Dylan. Thanks for tuning in. I have to say, I'm really enjoying doing a comic. I haven't drawn a comic outside of the Wiz in a long time. This is the first long format I'm doing in. God, I couldn't even tell you how many years. It's been so long. I've been focusing on strips, and I actually do have a sci-fi strip that I'm developing on this as well. So, but just to draw, let's pull out a character. I actually really enjoy. Where is it here? The parents a lot. I really like their designs, but I'm letting the kids be the focus right now of the story, specifically the daughter. But I really like the design of the mother, and I like the action that I've been able, to create uh, for Hank here. And I think I'm going to draw Hank right now. So let's put him over there, and let's think about, he's a pilot, so he's, when I think of pilots in comics, I always think of Hal Jordan, kind of a little cocky type of character. I don't know if I want to make him too cocky. I don't want him to be Hal, but I kind of like that. So what I think I might do is let's put him in a, in a ship. Doesn't have to be the Thunder Mark right now. It doesn't have to be whatever, but let's get him in a ship, right? This will come out like so. I'll have this leg out here. This coming down. So he needs to be in a chair now. So the chair will come out to about here. And obviously I'm going to be making up perspective, but let's have him like he's holding on to something here, and let's get the arm up like this. All right, so we need to get the rest of the chair in here. Give him a little headrest here. And let's figure out where a center would be. So Center's probably going to be right there. So we're not going to really see. So I'll create a base around here so we know it has something that would be going up, right? This. So this should actually be more like right around here. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. So what I'm doing right now with this is I'm kind of creating a base for the chair to be on. All right. And let's maybe give it an armrest. So elbows would be like right there. So let's pull an armrest out over here. And let's bring this, whoops, not so much. Okay. Let's bring that one back a bit. Okay. And I don't want him to be looking angry. Let's make him a little more rounded. I'm going to have him looking up over here. We'll get his nose over here. And push out his cheek. See the bottom of his chin here or under the jawline. Okay. All right. So he needs controls around him now. So that's his. Have this come down to about here. All right. We'll have his pouches. This is belt over here. He's got the other pouch over here. Okay, and then he's kind of. Oh, I hear my cat outside the door. And obviously, this is all ideas right now, so this would be stretching. So wouldn't have as many wrinkles probably. And let's get this like he's holding on to like a brake or something, you know? And I will have that in a moment. Let's make it look like he's concerned. That looks a little too happy. I'll fix that. All right. This has to be a little bit more rounded there. All right. All right, let's bring this down here. So let's just... Oops, you can't see where I'm drawing right now. So we got this guy, and so now what I'm going to do, and I know it's just kind of a quick piece here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this guy, let's build up something. So I might be doing some erasing. Let's put a control pad in front of him, which will now, I know, I'm making everything up right now. I should have done this earlier. I could have got rid of not having to draw feet, you know? It's okay. Ow! What the heck was that? Grabbed the thing wrong there. All right. Since this is sci-fi, let's give him a raised pad here. This will have some give this a little like arrows here. We're going to give him another raised, this will be like a monitor, right? And everything will be raised. Why not, right? And these will just have some buttons. And over here, we're going to do more. I'm just going to do, whoops, let's not do it that way. I'm going to make this one a little on the flatter side. Not as raised. And just draw some. So here it is. We're going to have, he'll be reaching for something up here. We'll have some switches. All right. Put like a little speaker here for him. All right. So there he is in a console. He's got this. Let's have this actually come down like so. I think that'll look better. All right. We're going to give him another thing over here. You know what? Let's add some bumps to up here. Make it look like it's maybe a little more comfortable, right? All right. There he is. And let's put something here. behind him, keeping that curved. There will be a, let's put a door behind him. Nice curved arch. And that's not really a nice curved arch, right? But it's good enough. A little control pad to get to the door. Let's add like a pipe in here, maybe. All right. Let's add, what else can we add in here? Maybe we'll put another, oops, let's not go that high. Let's do another computer here. This will maybe have screens on it, monitors. Let's curve the monitors. We'll do circles on this side, some kind of buttons, and then we'll have another all right, so here he is on a spaceship. You know, doing his job before the story begins. So he's onto that. Let's add some, maybe we'll do some connections into the walls here. All right. And of course, last but not least, we sign it. Okay. Let me pull up my and there you go. That's a quick sketch of one of the characters to my new story, Thunder Mark 7. He is not inside the Thunder Mark 7, but he is a pilot, and this is just a made up, spaceship scene for him. It's not bad. It's something fun to think about. When I draw the interiors of ships, actually, I have a bunch of different things I really like to do. One of them, for example, is I don't like all the new designs where they have like holographic keypads and things pop up and you see through it. I don't like that. I like where there's actual machinery. And even though I truly, truly, truly hate perspective, sorry, I'm just getting another sip of water. My drawing pad always moves here. Excuse me. I like to create, like I said, things that have like machinery. So I like to look at old sci-fi ships, old airplanes, tanks, things like that, and use those interiors to create my spaceship, cockpits, bridges, whatever you want to call them. So I try to pull a lot of stuff in there. So like one of the things, I have another story I'm working on, and I'm not going to show the official ship, but it kind of looks like this. It kind of comes down, and there's there's something here, and then there is something on top. All right, I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but what I like to do is I like to design the ships first, and then I say, okay, well, how big is it if this is like say this is a cargo ship, right? Well, I'm going to assume that it's not going to be a giant ship. It'll probably be able to hold a couple of people, maybe four at the most, and the main window is going to be right in front, right? And this, by the way, this design was inspired by Stargate Atlantis, where their ships kind of looked just like a giant cylinder, and then things would open up on the side here, and their window was right here. All right. So that's what this was inspired by here. I just kind of angled it more. And so if I'm going to do that, I'm going to figure, okay, this will probably be the cockpit, right? Or maybe even a little less. Let's put it here. And then what I do is I turn it around and I look at it from this angle, that we're inside the ship. And we're down like that. And then I say, okay, and I won't put the chairs in because obviously the chairs are just a given, they're going to be in there. What I like to do is, no, okay, this is the window. The controls have to be no more than this right here, right? So do I want it to have like a steering wheel or, levers or just keypads, right? So just for now, I'll do this as a keypad. So this is my way of building spaceship interiors, right? And then I remember, not that I remember, I know I got all this space around here, and things can block the window. The window doesn't need to be constantly seen. So I can maybe come up over here and I can add in a monitor, right? And I can even do one on the other side if I wanted to, right? And this will got to add some dimension. All right. Maybe I'll throw something in the center here, and this could be, a speaker. It's very old school type of stuff here. Maybe I'll add a lever over here. I know I say a lot, guys. That's just me thinking, I could add more stuff over on this side here, right? And these could have little switches that he has there. Maybe I'll put something underneath here. I don't know what this is. It's his glove compartment. I don't know. And on this side, I don't know, maybe I'll have something going up all the way over here. And I don't know what that is, but I got stuff happening. And maybe since I have this separate in the center, maybe I will put in, it looks like a plunger right now, which I'm very good at drawing because I used to have my character Plunger Pup, who I'm planning to bring back at some point. And there's maybe some kind of control stick here, so maybe he sits in the center now, and I just changed it all. Do you want pedals like in a car? Add it. How old is it? When you look at the old designs of like the old what the hell is it called? Like the Buster Crab, Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers, they had things like this. I forget which one, but in the spaceship, I think it was Flash Gordon, they had like a a sailor's, like a ship's wheel, like for a sea captain there. So now I have a design. Maybe over here, there's a place for weapons. I'll draw like a gun. He keeps his gun in here. And maybe there's another one. Or there's another one on this side, maybe just one. So there's things in there to do. And now I have a spaceship. If you want, you can maybe throw some wires in if you really wanted to make it look older, have them connect. I do like the idea of pipes in places, so it'd be further back, but maybe there's a pipe. You could do things, have another, put one over here, and now just I start building. But if I'm going to draw this over and over again, I don't want to have crazy amounts of detail. So if I bring this down right now, hold on, camera will come back. I don't know why it does that, but now you could see it. And there is the cockpit for here. And if you want, sometimes I like to just shade this in because I know I'm looking at outer space. All right. Think about it. I mean, you could even, what if I got rid of the guns on this side and something like this right here. Put a circle in here. And what could that be? But that's his cup holder. Maybe he has something to drink when he's doing it. So I think of things like that. And then that's how I go in and attack. And I know I made this one small. I tend to make them small to begin with. Couple of reasons. One, I don't have a lot of room to work. And it makes me keep it simple. And then when I have to do a zoomed in look, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to take a look at, let's say, the radio. I'll draw that much bigger here. The speaker area is going to come out. It has this on there, right? And it's going to have the curved lines because they are, right? Because I want it to feel like it's coming out towards you. And I've added 2 dials at the top, right? I'll do them like this. And maybe add some lines around. And then whatever I have here, which I don't know what I created, but maybe when the person talks, you see their wavelength there, the audio wavelength. Maybe that's in there. I don't know. If I wanted to have attachments here, meaning like, oh, what if it has something plugged into it? I'll add that, but I'll add the detail here if it has some kind of trim, if the bottom of it has a black trim. And then maybe I'll have one on this side here, going out to the other one there. All right. And at the moment, I think that's it that I'm going to do for today. I wanted to show you that. So what I'm doing is I'm picking I'm going to be picking first I'm going to be bordering out my pages. Then I'm going to start drawing. So I'm going to probably do all the bordering. I'll have it done probably by Tuesday morning. And I can start drawing maybe Tuesday night. And then in about 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully all the pages, the pencils are done, and I can move on to the inks and spend the majority of my time in April inking, because that's going to take the longest. And so that when May starts, I could just do the lettering and any cleanup and special effects I need to digitally do. So yeah, with that, guys, that's going to be it for me for today. I I appreciate you guys. Why can't I? There it goes. Sorry, I was trying to do something. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys staying with my update. This is week 2. I'll be back next Sunday probably, or Saturday. We'll see how it goes, with another update. Yeah, I've been having a blast doing this. I find that sticking to a schedule is helping me create. I've been slowed down a little bit through health issues, but I'm moving along, and I can't wait to. You don't need this on here. I can't wait to show you the final product. I'll probably be posting a few pages online for free, just to give you a taste, and then I'll be selling both print and digital copies of this story. All right, guys, that is it for me. I didn't even think I was going to go this long. It's been about an hour. I appreciate everybody who watched. If you're watching in the future, thank you. And I will. Oh, I had some chats. I didn't even see. All right, Dylan. I'll see you later. Yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. I'll... Anyway, this is fun. I'm having a blast. I will talk.